Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live commentary of Paris Saint Germain versus Angus. And apologies for the delay of the broadcast, but the game has just kicked off. Only 30 seconds into the game here at Parc des Princes, but it is top versus bottom tonight in Ligue 1. PSG fighting, of course, for their 11th Ligue 1 victory come the end of the season, while Angus are rock bottom and are 7 points off from safety, as they of course hope to somehow get a result here at PSG tonight. And of course tonight it is the return of the World Cup winner. Some of them call him the GOAT, Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time. His first match back for PSG since winning the World Cup with his country Argentina. That was just over 3 weeks ago now, back in Qatar. That feels like, probably feels even longer. But anyway, do get in touch on the live chat page. Let us know who you think's going to win. Looks as though 8% of you reckon PSG will win tonight. 12% have gone for a draw. 0% for an Angus win. But anyway, it is PSG who are in their home colours tonight. The white strip coming down the middle of their shirt, blue shirt, dark blue shorts, dark blue socks, and Angus playing in all red tonight. We'll go through the lineups in just a moment, but PSG currently have the possession at the moment, just on the far side inside the Angus half. It's now with the centre circle, it's now with Neymar, the Brazilian international, who is back for PSG as well. But going through the lineups, no Kylian Mbappe tonight, as he is out for this game. He's not on the bench at all. He was a doubt ahead of this game, but looks as though he's going to be rested for this fixture. I guess really with Angus being bottom of the table, they probably feel they don't need Mbappe desperately to get the result at home in this fixture. It's now with, on the left-hand side right now, with Bernat, now with Pereira, playing a three-line defensive line at the moment. PSG now playing through the middle. Here's Lionel Messi, tries to go in on his own. He was up against 3 Angus players and he kicked it away from his feet, and it was easy to intercept. And is currently now on the other side of the pitch. Marquinhos winning a throw-in, the last man back there for PSG, but just watching a replay of Neymar getting pushed around just outside the Angus box. Throw-in taken in their own half. So yes, we do have quite a few out. Hakimi is suspended, of course. Kimpembe is out. Renato Sanchez is out. And Mendes is out as well with Mbappe. So in goal for them is Donnarumma. 3 in defence of Pereira on the left. Marquinhos, the captain, in the middle. And Sergio Ramos on the right. 4 in midfield. From left to right, it's Bernat, Vitinha, Ruiz, and Mukili, that is, sorry. And then from left to right, up front, it's Neymar. On the right, it's Messi, and up front on his own is Nketiah, as you could say as well. And the visitors in goal, playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, we reckon. Bernardoni in goal. From right to left, it's Bamba, Hutonji, Blazic, Doumbia. 2 in the defensive midfield options of Mendy and Capel, the captain. Then 3 in front of Penteleb, Huno and Abdelli on the left, and then Sima on his own up front, the number 19. So nothing much so far. 4.5 minutes gone. Throwing for PSG on the far side, and a cross comes in, and already first shot on target, and it's gone straight into the back of the net from Ikite. He scores. All it took him was one opportunity, and PSG already, the French champions, go 1-0 up. Just over 4.5 minutes gone. And he waves his arm to the crowd, asking them to make a bigger noise. But let's watch it again. It was from a throw-in. It was Neymar who picked it up. And then a nice cross from, I think it was Mukeli at the end, who made the cross. He produced it with a low ball, across the face of goal, and a simple slot hit in from Katike. Great finish. Yep, it was Mukile with the assist. So, PSG 1, Angus 0. Just shows that it could be a very long night for the visiting team. Meanwhile, here they are now, the visitors, going for a cross, and it's straight to Donnarumma in the 6-yard box. It was a cross from the right wing, but good to see the visiting team actually just going for it straight away after conceding. It's now with Messi. Messi on the halfway line, switches sides by kicking the ball out long to the left-hand side. Now with Neymar, decides to turn up with a bit of pace, and instead he decides to play it back to Pereira. Pereira now with Marquinhos. Now with Vitinha. Now Ruiz, just playing it with their three defenders at the moment, PSG, just inside their own half of Pereira and Marquinhos and Ramos. Greg Livingston has got in touch and says hello. Hello, Greg. Hope you're well. Ramos now going on making the run down the right-hand side, only to lose the ball. And I tell you what, Angus could have gone for against the run of play there, but referee says that the ball did go out for a throw-in, and it will be for the hosts. And they've decided to throw it all the way back to Marquinhos. Of course, there are other games going on in Ligue tonight. There was matches earlier on today as well. There are no other goals in the other live games so far. 4 other matches happening tonight. Bernat now for PSG, now on the left-hand side. It's now onto the edge of the 18-yard box. Angus do win the loose ball, though. It's with the captain of Capel. It just shows how hard it's going to be for Angus to even keep hold of the possession tonight, what we've just seen there, trying to get out of their own half. But we do have other games going on. Strasbourg are at home to Lens. Lens, of course, trying to fight against PSG for that title. They are currently 4 points behind of PSG. So a big night for Lens and PSG in terms of the title race, really. PSG should win this game, you'd think on paper. Lens away at Strasbourg, a perfect opportunity for the team in blue, the Parisians, you could say, to go 7 points clear. There's also Troyes hosting Marseille, that's goalless at the moment. Nice 0, Montpellier 0, and Lorient 0, AS Monaco 0. We'll go through the results in just a moment. Meanwhile, it's with Marquinhos to Bernat. Bernat again on the halfway line. Now Vitinha, he's got a bit of space. He looks to his right and plays the pass to the centre circle of Ruiz. Out long to Mukele, who got the assist for the opening goal just a few minutes ago. Now with Vitinha again, this time he's on the halfway point of the Angus half. To Bernat again. Now Neymar. Couldn't get the return off Katike. And Angus will just try and clear it, and you can see well, you probably can't see it since this is radio commentary, but the 2 advertising boards, one advertising board laying the other, as you see these days. You see it at Man City's ground, or maybe Stoke City's ground, and it's got massive capital letters, 4-letter word of GOAT. It is a sponsor at PSG, and you see it on the sleeve of Messi's shirt. I can't remember if you see it from the other players, but it's definitely on Messi's shirt, which I guess for a lot of fans in the world of football, he cemented that nickname or statement after winning the World Cup a few weeks ago. Some would say he's completed football, but now it's to focus on PSG and to, who knows, maybe win Paris Saint Germain's first ever Champions League this season. They've definitely got the squad to do it. especially when your front three is typically Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. And let's not forget, Neymar and Mbappe are the top goal scorers in Ligue 1 this season, not just for PSG, but the league as a whole. So it just shows how well equipped they are to maybe doing wonders in Europe this season. It's definitely a monkey on their backs at the moment as a club. It's just that one trophy that's missing. Same ambitions that with Manchester City. A lot of wealth at the club, but they just haven't got their hands on that one trophy. Greg Livingston asking, would like me to keep you up to date on the City game. I'd imagine he means Man City. Yep, no problem, Greg. Anyway, here come PSG now. It's Messi. Oh, nearly got the ball through to Neymar. He was just not quick enough at the end. I think the ball was just a bit too far for the Brazilian to pick up. But Messi with that pace yet again. 3 Angus players trying to track him. But the goalkeeper of Bernardoni came in at just the right time. He read the ball well there with the pass forward to try and pick up Neymar in the 18-yard box. But from that, Neymar is limping. Might be something to do with his right leg. Marseille have scored at Troyes. Chancel Bemba on the 10th minute. And a minute later in the other game at Strasbourg, the team who PSG, as I just mentioned, are fighting against the title with is Lens. And Claude Maurice scores on the 11th minute to make it 1-0 there. So it's almost as if they've just heard that PSG have scored and they've decided to up the gears and get themselves ahead of their opponents as well tonight, away from home as well. Valencia have got a goal at Real Madrid. I think this is in the Copa del Rey. Samuel Lino with the goal. A minute into the second half of that one. Karim Benzema scored the opening goal in the first half from the penalty spot. If you just joined us, it's just about 12 minutes gone. PSG killing the possession here, 86% to Angus 14%, and leading by a goal to nil. First shot on target scored by Ekitike, scoring a nice slot in from a low ball crossed by Makule just after 5 minutes. Of course, let's not forget they lost to Lens in the new year. So that made the title race just a little bit more interesting, because of course some fans of football like to call Ligue 1 the Farmers League, but you know, it's not always been glory for PSG. Back with the game, it's ball out across to the right hand side from Ruiz to pick out Mukele. Mukele this time couldn't get the pass to Katike, couldn't get the link up to work there. Cleared away by Blazic for it to be a throw-in on the far side. But it looks as though the stadium of Parc des Princes, all in good numbers. Full capacity normally is around 47,000. Not sure what the attendance is completely tonight, but of course you can see a few empty seats here and there. Strasbourg have gone equaliser. Only took them 2 minutes at home. Percic with the goal against Lens. The PSG fans will be delighted to hear that at the moment. It's currently now with Angus. The visiting team going for it here. It's Seema. He's into the 18-yard box and he outpaces Marquinhos, but he just kicked it too far away to try and go for the overlap on the Brazilian, and it went out of play for a goal kick at the end. So Donnarumma to take the following goal kick, but just a moment there, you know, Seema trying to create something out of nothing. PSG have their moments, we all know that. Greg asking the question, how are Lens only 4 points behind PSG? Because normally PSG are about 13 or more points out in front by now in the league. I mean, it's a good question, but PSG not having it as easy as they normally would. Nice have just gone 1-0 up on the quarter-of-hour mark. Nicolas Pepe on the 15th minute to put them ahead of Montpellier at home. But yes, welcome to our live commentary tonight of PSG versus Angus. If you haven't yet, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more live stream watch-alongs and commentaries. It's currently with Ben Talib, and Donnarumma's having to be careful. He came out of his box, didn't get the ball, and luckily for him, Pereira was there to pick it up, otherwise that could have been an open goal for Angus. Donnarumma, Euro 2020 winner as goalkeeper for Italy, making that decisive save in the penalty shootout against Bakary Saka. Probably the biggest moment of his career so far, and that pretty much, that tournament was what got him the transfer to PSG. His second season now as the French capital's #1 goalkeeper. And here they come now. Here's Messi, plenty of space around him, does a great pass to Neymar, but his first touch was poor, and that allowed his opponents to track back and get into position. It's still with Neymar on the left-hand side. He cuts in and brings the ball out to the middle. Poor attempted pass out to the right-hand side, it looks like. And Angus have the ball now in the full-on red kit tonight, with golden print, and Strasbourg are 2-1 up. What a game that is at the moment. Kevin Gamero on the 16th minute. So Lens were 1-0 up 5 minutes ago. Now they're 2-1 down. Not what they had hoped for in their bid in this title race, or playing at the same time as PSG. It's now with Huno. Huno on the right wing. Instead they'll play it back to the captain of Capel, and after being quite deep into the PSG half, there's been no options but for them to just play it back in their own half. Here they come again, it's Capel. Capel out to Mendy on the left wing. I mean, look at that, PSG 32 passes already, Angus with just 7. But they're just keeping the possession quite nicely in the PSG half at the moment, Angus. Can they create something with it? It's now with Doumbia to Hontonji. Now Blazic, one of the centre halves for Angus. Oh, instead it's a cheap, costly pass that's just been intercepted comfortably. Now with Messi, again in those tight spaces, somehow keeps the ball at his feet. Now with Bernat. It's on the far side, inside the Angus half at the moment. Messi. Well, instead it's intercepted. Calls for a foul there from Angus on the halfway line, but referee says play on. In his fluorescent shirt, black shorts and black socks. And they're going to pause the game here because there is an injury for Neymar. He was doubtful for tonight's game, probably because of his fitness. But he just got caught there by Capel, looking back at the replay. Got tripped over, but Neymar was limping a few minutes ago when he tried to go for goal, when he was trying to pick up a pass through the middle, but he didn't collect it in time before the goalkeeper picked it up. Now Danilo Pereira, that is. He's got Marquinhos and Ramos nearby. Instead he looks out to his left of Bernat. Of course, there's League Cup action happening tonight in the English football, including Manchester City. Man United and Newcastle United winning their games last night to head to the semi-finals. Nottingham Forest lead against Wolves. Southampton are hosting Manchester City. So yeah, Nottingham Forest 1, Wolves 0, 34 minutes gone in that game. Still goalless at St Mary's, 19 minutes gone. Bole with the goal after 18 minutes for Forest. Tell you what, Forest getting to the semi-finals would be a nice distraction in their compared to their league season when they're trying to fight for survival after coming up from the Championship last year. Oh, Angus just lost it there. It's gone out for a throw-in. So it's inside the PSG half at the moment. 21 minutes gone. PSG 1, Angus 0. In Messi's return to club football after winning the World Cup. Keteke with the goal, slotting it in from a cross by Mukiele. Crossed in from the right wing and then he slotted it home. It's going to be a throw in. Well, I was going to say a throw in for Angus, but there might have been a foul there. And the referee decided to go against the linesman by saying it's a throw in. So it's a free kick instead. Here they come now, the Parisians. It's with Messi. Messi couldn't get it. Couldn't get the return from Neymar, and there's a free kick because there's another foul on Neymar. Neymar really is getting some contact tonight from his opponents. He's down on the ground again. He's not in any rush to get up. Messi was tripped up as well, but he didn't fall to the ground. But the good news is that Neymar is back on his feet. He just couldn't deliver that World Cup for Brazil last month, after they went out to Croatia in the knockout stages on penalties. So this free kick's just to the left, and it's about 30 yards from the target. Angus have got a two-man wall formed just outside the 18-yard box. And looking at it, the lineup on the edge of the box between the forwards of PSG and the defenders of Angus, it looks as though it's probably about 6'6". For a moment I thought Angus might have been outnumbered, but maybe I looked at it wrong. So it's Messi with the delivery in, and a header, good save, and cleared away from the 6-yard box. I'm not quite sure who got the header there, but here come Angus against the run of play on the counter. And at the end, Marquinhos deals with it, and it's with Donnarumma who will boot it up in the air. He couldn't keep it because it would have been a back pass. Here come PSG again, looking for that second goal. They nearly did a moment ago. Now Messi couldn't get it across to Neymar, and I think that's gone out for a corner, which should be the first corner of the game, actually. I'm just watching that again. Who's the header from there? It was actually Sergio Ramos with the header. Good save by Bernardoni. Now Messi. It's a short corner with Neymar. Them two like to keep close to each other from what we've seen in this match already so far. Neymar. They didn't get that ball into the box at the end. Instead, they've just gone all the way to the centre circle with Marquinhos now with the ball. To Bernat. And a wasteful set piece that was. PSG still have the ball, but they're just passing it around in their own half there. I'm not really sure what that was. I mean, you were just waiting for the ball to come in, and I can't quite believe what I'm seeing, but Southampton are 1-0 up against Manchester City in the League Cup. It may be early days, but that is a great start for the hosts in their hopes to reach the League Cup semi-finals and cause an upset. Southampton 1, Manchester City 0 there. Siko Mara with the goal on the 23rd minute. Back with this game though, the hosts trying to go for the attack. There's calls for handball with a cross that was blocked by the hands of Doumbouya. there wasn't much in that. Hit his knee, then his hand, but it was in front of the linesman, and the linesman must have told the referee that's enough for it to be a free kick. It's a handball there, mate. So it's Messi behind the set piece again to take it. It looks like he's chewing gum while getting ready to take the kick. I'd say that there are 5 PSG players in the 18-yard box. Yet again, Neymar with Messi ahead of this set piece. 2-man wall. Could they pick out Ramos again after his header was saved on the line a few moments ago? Messi with the kick again. Good goalkeeping again. He's punched it away. PSG still pick it up though. Then they play it out back to their edge of the centre circle. But already 2 set pieces that we've seen. Well, mainly 2 free kicks from PSG. And they've made the goalkeeper work for it. Yeah, Greg Livingston saying that City are 1-0 down. I'll have to read some of your messages in just a moment. Messi. He's now out to the right wing. Here he is in his purple boots. Oh, lovely pass to Ramos, I thought it was, but instead his cross is no good. And it's well dealt with by Blazic. It's out on the right wing again. Angus couldn't clear it. And they couldn't even go 30 yards away from goal there. Messi falls to the ground and wins a free kick. Calls for handball maybe in that cross that was blocked, but it came off from the ground, off Blazic's feet. So I think it would have been harsh if they had given that as a penalty. Possession at the moment, 74% for Paris Saint Germain. Angus, of course, with 26. So this time it's about 29 meters, the distance between the ball and the goal for this free kick. I mean, it could go direct. I'd probably say it's a 3-4-man wall? 3-man wall from what I'm seeing it from my angle. Neymar. Will he? I can't believe it as well. Southampton have doubled the lead. Genpo with the goal. Anyway, back with this game. Could PSG also go 2-0 up? Free kick to come. Neymar, Messi behind it yet again. Messi just jogs away to leave Neymar with it. Tried to play a low ball pass into the box, but it was well intercepted by one of the players in the wall. And at the end, Angus win a free kick on the near side in their own half. Bit of a late challenge maybe from Bernat, but he was up against Bamba there. The free kick's taken as play resumes again. But yeah, Southampton 2-0 up against Man City. Man City are normally well, in terms of recent years, they've been dominant in the League Cup over the years. Maybe it's not to be their year with the League Cup. Again though, you never know with Man City. They've still got over an hour to play at St Mary's. Won't put it past them if they can find a way to come back. Angus at the moment, all on the back line, but PSG not taking their chances, you could say, since they took the lead after just 4 minutes. As a Man United fan, I'm quite happy about that if City don't go through. Might just make our chances a little bit easier to win the League Cup, who knows. But Newcastle United, fantastic to see them doing so well in the domestic cup again. And it's mad to think really, they've only been owned by their new owners for around 12 months and already they're making such big progress under the management of Eddie Howe. Just reached the half-hour mark, PSG 1, Angus 0, live on Let's Talk Sport. Be sure to get in touch on the live chat page. If you haven't yet, do vote on who you think's going to win tonight. Or if you want to sit on the fence, click that draw in the middle. PSG 95% at the moment. no percent on Angus to win whatsoever. No one thinks that they've got any chance whatsoever. 5% for a draw. It's with Pereira. It's been a bit calm in the last couple of minutes. PSG as expected with all the possession. I must say, I was just going to say as well, for Nathan Jones, he's been under a bit of pressure since becoming the manager of Southampton a few months ago, but that would be some result for him and for the club. In Scotland, it's just reached half-time in the Championship. Queen's Park 0, Raith Rovers 0. Not much going on there at the moment. Messi tried to get the pass through to Kiteke, but instead he was beaten by his opponent. But I think Kiteke, when he got the pass, he was offside. No, he wasn't. Not really sure what's going on there. I'd imagine it's a throw for PSG. But from Kiteke's reaction, yeah, it looks as though he's given a free kick away, that's why. Left by the goalkeeper, Bernardoni, to take it. Boots it down to the right-hand side with his left foot. No real presence up in the air to win the header. And it's gone back to Donnarumma in his own box. Greg saying that he still believes that Southampton will get relegated. It does happen. I mean, let's not forget Wigan Athletic won the FA Cup in 2013, but they still got relegated that season. Anyway, here comes PSG now, and a ball through. Chance to go for it. Messi with a great shot, but it's a great save by Bernardoni. And has that gone out for a corner? I mean, it came off the goalkeeper, but I'm hearing whistles that maybe it might have been offside. Doesn't look offside there. Great pass to Messi, and as always, he's magical with his feet. Good strike, good save. Might have been offside because they haven't got a corner out of that, and instead it's a free kick for Angus. So even if Messi had scored that, it probably wouldn't have counted. It's now with Blazic. Gets it back from the goalkeeper. Couldn't get it to Doumbia, the left back, and he's just given away a throw-in. Throw-in taken short to Messi. Now Mukele. Ball just went out there for a throw-in. Linesman saw it and made the signal. PSG take it. And they go back to the halfway line. It's with Ramos. And instead they go and concede the ball. And here they come now, Abdelli. Angus looking for that equaliser. A rare opportunity maybe, but nothing out of that one. Comfortably won by Pereira at the end. Now with Benat. Half time at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Ball through now, here come PSG, it's in the 18-yard box again. Couldn't pick out Benat. After all that, they've given away a throw-in to Angus. Bo Hazema watching on, standing on the sidelines, the head coach of Angus. Big task for him in this new year to keep Angus up. He, of course, he's 54, he's from France. In his playing career, he was a midfielder. But it was only a few days ago, actually, back. We'll hold that for a moment because here come PSG. And Neymar couldn't get that pass through to Messi. Messi was unmarked, but it was well blocked by Blazic. You do feel as though PSG are knocking on the door for that second goal, but Angus are making sure it's going to be very difficult for them to do that. But yeah, back about the manager, Abdel Boazema, who is the head coach of Angus. He was only back on January 5th last week that he was confirmed as head coach after his interim spell. And that was one day after his birthday as well, his 54th birthday being on January 4th. So a bit of a late Christmas, not late Christmas, late birthday present, you could say. I guess you could say Christmas as well. Now PSG down the middle. Messi falls to the ground, wins a free kick. Now will that be a booking? Mendy with the foul. Mendy going from behind, tried to kick the ball out of Messi's feet, but instead he tripped over the Argentine. Just shows how hard it is to get the ball off Messi. Nice 2-0 up against Montpellier. Thuram with the goal 10 minutes before the half-time whistle. So again, another free kick here for PSG. I've run out of fingers of how many free kicks they've had so far. And as always, it's Neymar and Messi just having words before they take this. It's definitely a chance to go for it here. It's 22 metres away from the goal. Angus with a 5-man wall, PSG with a 2-man wall in front of them to the right. So who's going to take it? It'll be Messi, he'll go for it, tries to go low and it hits the wall. And it's booted up in the air as a clearance, then headed back forward for PSG. Bit of head tennis going on at the moment. Now on the halfway line, with PSG in possession, with Bernat. Out to Marquinhos. Now Mukele has support to the right of Messi. Messi really fast again, he's going to go for it. No, just at the end. On that run, it just got stopped by the defender and back to the hands of the goalkeeper. It's a fantastic run. Surrounded by Angus defenders, but that didn't bother him. Now booted out of the Angus penalty area. Now PSG looking for that second goal still. They're doing whatever they can. They've got 7 minutes left until the half-time break. It's with Mendy. Now with Doumbia. You just never know in a game of football. All it can take is an equaliser, and then it can start to put pressure on them. Lens, I've missed that, but it looks as though Lens scored a few minutes ago. An equaliser at Strasbourg to make it 2-2. It's looking to be the match of the day there in Ligue 1. Go through the results of the other matches that happened earlier. So Brest only getting a goalless draw at home to Lille. Clement Foot winning 2-1 at home to Rennes. Rennes were down to 10 men. Nantes 0, Lyon 0, Auxerre 0, Toulouse 5. We'll go back to that in a minute because here come PSG again. It's on the right hand side of the box. Neymar not attempting the headers, it's cleared away. And at the end, Angus, all they could do was let it go out for a throw-in. In line with the edge of the 18-yard box. Throw-in's taken by Bernat. And he'll take it back to the halfway line again. But yes, Ajaccio 0, Reims 1. And those were the results from earlier today. Those are the early kickoffs and the other 5 matches happening now. Of course, Strasbourg are 19th at the moment and are 4 points ahead of Angus, and Angus will be a little bit frustrated that when they find out at half-time that they're actually giving Lens a good game. They don't want them to get further away. Tempted header off target at the end from Abdelli. It was a cross from the right-hand side. It was perfect to him, but he's literally on the edge of the 18-yard box. I think if he was ever didn't get full control behind it, but even if he did, it would have taken some power to beat Donnarumma in between the sticks. Vitinha now for PSG. Ball's on the far side at the moment. The advertising board's filled up with Visit Qatar. Happy memories for Lionel Messi, that is for sure. Now Michele picks up a ball up in the air to the right hand side. I think they've just won a corner kick there. Yeah, it looks as though the last kick came from Doumbia. I think I've lost count. Is it 2 corners for PSG? It feels like it's more than that. That's what I've tallied, but I might have missed out on that. Yep, just their second corner of the game. And it's swung in. Goalkeeper gets his hands to it. He lets it bounce on the ground and picks it up, no problem. But I've enjoyed watching Bernardoni so far. He's done well in goal for Angus. He may not get a clean sheet tonight, of course, but he's made some important saves already in this game. And let's not forget that save against Messi's shot. Yes, it was offside. That's what it would be eventually, but the goalkeeper didn't know at the time. He's clearly well prepared and ready to take on whatever PSG throw at him. Now with Bernat on the left wing, then to Neymar. Neymar with no goals or assists yet tonight, but he is the second top goal scorer in the league this season, 11 goals in 15 games. And that was a poor pass by Bernat, trying to get it to, I think it was Messi. And now here they come now, Angus. Now they go up with the attack. They could stun the stadium just before half time here. It's on the far side with Doumbia. Back to him. Still on that left wing. Looking to take on Michele. And he does. He nearly outpaces him, but Michele stands strong there and lets it roll out for a goal kick for Donnarumma to take. But these are the stats so far. PSG with 3 shots and 2 of them on target. Angus just the 1 shot, which was that header. That was well wide anyway, so there was nothing for Donnarumma to worry about. Passes 436 for Paris Saint Germain, 162 for Angus. Yeah, only 2 shots on target from PSG. But they've been able to get 1 of them in. Of course, there are options on the bench for PSG tonight. They don't have Hakimi though, or Mbappe, or Renato Sanchez, all of them not available. Hakimi being the only one who's suspended though. Of course, what a World Cup he had in the Moroccan shirt. Fantastic World Cup for them, getting to the semi-finals. Of course, boos now with Angus as they've still got the possession. It's on the left wing with Abdelli. They're looking to cross it in, and they do, but it's straight to the hands of Donnarumma in his all green, light green kit. He's not had much to worry about so far, the Italian. And he'll be open. That continues in the second half. But, you know, just as we nearly reach half-time, PSG, no doubt the better team. The stats will tell you that, and the scoreline, of course. But with them just being a goal ahead, it gives Angus still that motive to cause an upset in the second half. It'll be interesting what Barhazema says to his teammates at half-time. But we're not even going to have any added time because the referee has blown the whistle exactly on the the 45th minute here at Parc des Princes. Well, it's business as usual, 5 minutes in. PSG getting that goal from Kiteke after a lovely slot into the bottom left corner of the net when picking up a fantastic cross by Michele. And then we had a Messi shot saved. It was ended up being offside. And then we saw a header from Ramos saved on the line by the Angus goalkeeper. But apart from that, that's all we've had really. But at half-time, PSG in control. And of course, hoping to go 3 points.
Bonsoir, vous êtes mené 1-0 au parc. Angers est en vie?
Bien sûr qu'on est en vie. Après, on sait que voilà, on n'a pas beaucoup de ballon, on sait que c'est compliqué. On a su aussi voir qu'on pouvait aussi garder un peu le ballon, et je pense qu'il va falloir être patient, les faire aussi un peu courir parce que sinon ça va être compliqué. Mais voilà, je pense qu'il va y avoir un peu plus de justesse technique aussi dans les derniers gestes. Mais voilà, il y a des coups à jouer. Après, on sait que c'est pareil, on sait que à tout moment ça peut vite évoluer.
Vous n'avez pas eu de grosses occasions. Qu'est-ce qu'il faudrait pour cela créer?
Qu'on amène le bloc un peu plus haut aussi, par rapport à la perte de balle aussi, un peu plus de présence devant le but forcément, mais il faut amener le ballon assez haut pour.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Ouais, passeur décisif, bonsoir Nordi.
Bonsoir.
Voilà qui confirme votre forme actuelle.
Ouais, je me sens bien en ce moment. Ça se voit dans les matchs que je fais depuis la trêve, la fin de la Coupe du Monde, pardon. Mais voilà, on a bien débuté le match. C'est ce qu'il fallait faire, mettre un coup de marteau dès le début, c'est ce qu'on a fait. Maintenant, il ne reste plus qu'à mettre le deuxième et se mettre à l'abri.
Sur la prestation, sur l'intensité, sur le rythme, comment vous jugez cette première période?
Je pense qu'on peut mettre encore un peu plus de rythme. Mais voilà, on sait qu'on pourra le faire. Voilà, on est en confiance, on gagne 1-0. Maintenant, il faudra mettre le deuxième but comme je l'ai dit, mais il faudra mettre encore un peu plus de rythme.
Merci.
De rien.
So that was just Michele just having a quick chat with the media at half-time, which it's a bit different in Ligue 1. You don't see that in the other leagues. Quick half-time team talk from a current player that's just played that first half. It's a bit different. But anyway, just a reminder, the possession, PSG 71%, Angus 29, passes 464 for PSG, while Angus have only got 182. No bookings yet from either team, no red cards. But yeah, PSG expected to win this game, and they started out well. Just looking back at the goal, it was Messi who then played it to Michele, then Michele with the low ball cross, and it was a fantastic goal from Kiteke, slotting it in with his right boot and jumping up in the air in delight. Not a bad replacement for Mbappe tonight by scoring just 5 minutes into the game. Started off with a throw-in, and then Messi with the pass back to Michele, who took the throw-in, then swung the ball in to Kiteke to just score. It's a wonderful finish, it really was. It's also Messi starting the attack again with that pass. And then not long after, we saw that free kick delivered in by Messi. Ramos with the header. It was a fantastic save by the goalkeeper. Ramos going for it before Marquinhos did. And then the next one, a free kick that was punched away by Bernardoni. It was coming in from the far side. And that is pretty much all that's been really in the first half here in Parc des Princes. One more to show you, which was Messi trying to go for that run, but no one got to it at the end. But anyway, half-time here in Parc des Princes, and we will be back for the second half in a few minutes, so don't go anywhere on Let's Talk Sport. And remember to subscribe. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. and welcome back to our live commentary here at Parc des Princes between Paris Saint Germain and Angus. Well, we're just waiting for both teams to come out. It looks as though, Angus are already out on the pitch in their full red kit, and Neymar, Messi and co out on the pitch as well. They come out afterwards. But it was interesting, you know, you'd see a lot of teams these days wait for all of their teammates to be ready in the tunnel, and then they all go out together. I always like to see that. It looks as though PSG will get ready to start the second half. They'll be attacking from left to right. Angus from right to left, and as we hear the whistle go, second half has commenced. Just the one goal so far. Ikitike with the opening goal after just 5 minutes. Can PSG find that second goal and probably put the game to bed against the team all the way at the bottom of the table at the moment? 20th place out of 20 teams. There's actually been some half-time scores. Strasbourg 2, Lens 2, Troyes 0, Marseille 1, Nice 2-0 up against Montpellier at half-time, and all square still at Lorient in their home game with AS Monaco. PSG hoping to, well, they could potentially go 6 points. Well, right now, if the results ended as they are tonight, they would go 6 points clear because of Lens drawing away at Strasbourg, but they've still got a first half to go. Meanwhile, it's Mendy on the attack on the right wing, just near the corner flag for the visiting team. Wins a throw-in, and it's taken short quickly. Calls for offside. Linesman saw that right in front of him. Waves the flag for offside. Free kick to come for PSG. Oh, must have, just watching the replay there, it's by a whisker. Very close. It looks as though it's the start of extra time between Real Madrid and Valencia. 1-1 there. Looks as though Real Madrid couldn't find more goals after Karim Benzema scored from the penalty spot in the first half. His ex-Real Madrid teammate Sergio Ramos just had the ball then, cleared it out, actually got a last touch off his opponent, so a throw-in for PSG on the near side. But from what I can see, as you can see, the linesman, well, both teams with their bench players all warming up at the moment. Will we see many changes? Angus could just do with some sort of spark. Their away form this season's pretty bad. They've played 8 games, 1-1, lost. Well, they've lost 1 and drawn 6, which is quite incredible to see. But at home, they've played 9, won 1 and lost 7. Here we go then on the far side. Cross in for Angus, but it's a good clearance by Ramos. He was in the right place at the right time. Neymar getting pushed away from his opponent. Wins a throw-in. Of course, let's not forget there's no Hakimi tonight, no Kembefe, Sanchez, Mendes or Mbappe. So those options aren't there for Christophe Galtier. Here they come now, Angus. And already, you know, at the start of this game, they are attacking a lot on the left and the right wings. Marseille have now gone 2-0 up at Troyes. Veritout with the goal just a minute into their second half. But at the moment, Angus looking dangerous. And there's a shot already. Goes across the face of goal. And that was from Seema. He was offside though. So even if he had somehow scored, it would have been offside. But PSG continue with that 3-4-1-2 formation. It's now with Marquinhos, the skipper. Kicks it out low to the right-hand side on Mukile, the man who got the assist for that opening goal. Now Bentaleb for Angus. It's a good interception there by Mukile. He tried to just make sure he stopped the pace down the left wing. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side, just in front of the dugouts for Angus. They've been in the top division in French football since 2015. So they've been there for 8 years. They would hate to end it after 8 years. Now with Ramos to Donnarumma in his 6-yard box. Not had much to deal with yet in this game, and he hopes that'll continue between now and the end of the game with 40 minutes to go. Now Messi falls to the ground, but referee's happy to let the game continue with Angus in possession with Bentaleb, now Mendy. Vitinha nearly intercepted, but he gave the ball back to Mendy. Now it's with his teammate of Neymar. Kicks it down to the left-hand side. Bernardoni came out of his area and kicked it away. It was a good clearance as well. I've been impressed by Bernardoni tonight, the goalkeeper for the visitors. He has conceded a goal within the opening minutes, but apart from that, he's made some big saves, especially that Sergio Ramos header, close range header. Made the save on the goal line, and normally Ramos would score them. And here come Angus now. Oh, it's swung in. Well cleared at the end by Pereira. PSG keep the ball in their possession and control it really well against the pressure. And now they boot it out of the 18-yard box to pick up Mukele on his own as he's down the right-hand side. Now into the centre circle. PSG, no changes from either team. Ball lobbed to Mukele and he's offside. Linesman, well, Mukele has a shot on target, but that won't count in the stats because he was offside beforehand. Way offside, looking back at the replay. Nice pass by Neymar, it was a good idea. They just showed the replay there of Angus's cross from the right-hand side. That had to be dealt with by Pereira. But possession-wise, Angus going a little bit better. They're on 31%, still not much, but they've looked a bit more up for it in this second half. Definitely words been said by the manager and his coaching staff of Bo Hazema. Now Doumbia to Capel. Just outside the 18-yard box at the moment, outside the PSG penalty area. Oh, calls for a foul, maybe a handball. And it is against Capel. I don't think there was much in that. Must have been a handball because there was no foul between the two players. There has been a goal at the City ground. Wolves have found an equaliser from their Mexican forward, Raul Jimenez. 1-1 there to keep them in the League Cup. In case you didn't know, Manchester City are trailing 2-0 at St Mary's against Southampton. A team that have got great recent history of winning multiple League Cups, could end up going out just before the semi-finals. They're back with the game. It's PSG that have passed the ball all the way back to Donnarumma on the edge of his 18-yard box. But PSG, they know they need to get a second goal, and Christophe Gaultier, the head coach, won't be happy with what he's seen, and all of a sudden Angus could go for it. Shot blocked by Marquinhos. That was a big moment. It looks as though it was Huno with the strike. Had to be blocked by Marquinhos, otherwise it could have been the equaliser. Now with Bernat for PSG on the far side. But yes, Gaultier won't be happy with this. He was also a player for Angus back in the day. He retired in 1999. He also played for Monza, Marseille, Lille and Toulouse. But of course, those were the old days. He's now the manager of PSG. And his team have just won a free kick in the middle of the park. I'd say about 25, 30 yards out. The goal scorer of Keteke winning the free kick there. Probably too far to try and go for a direct free kick. But you never quite know when you've got Neymar or Messi behind it. Having words again. It's exactly 28.9 meters away. Thanks to the ball tracker telling us in the feed. And then here comes the ball. And it's a header, nowhere near the target. Lofted the ball out to the right into the penalty area. Tried to pick out Ramos, but he couldn't pick up from the header across the face of goal. He had gone out for a throw-in. It's now with Messi, who's picked up from the throw-in on the near side. Now out to the far side with Mukele. Now Marquinhos. Then plays it across onto Vitinha. To Mukele. To Ramos now. Every Angus player in their own half at the moment. Every PSG player in their opposition half. Now with Vitinha again. And again, they lose the ball quite cheaply. And Angus will go on the attack now. With Doumbia, he outpaces Mukele. Swings the ball in, and Donnarumma, well, he came out for it, and good thing he got there, because otherwise, I think if Seema had got there before him, it would have been an open goal. It looked a bit strange how Donnarumma approached that cross. It was very far out for him, but he was still able to make the save. Well, make the catch pretty much, not a save, but Nice 3-0 up against Montpellier now. Nicolas Pepe yet again on the score sheet. Scored earlier on in the game as well. Actually, he might have a hat-trick, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to check that. Just the 2 goals. Thuram scored the other one. Currently looking at the table, PSG will go 6 points clear if the results stay as they are tonight. With Strasbourg doing them a favour right now against Lens at home. But still plenty of time to go. Still over half an hour to go here. Paris Saint Germain 1, Angus 0. Keteke with the 5th minute goal. That separates the 2 sides. But you wouldn't think that this was between 1st and 20th. Angus, yes, they've not really had goal-scoring opportunities yet, and I don't think they've even had a shot on target, but they're certainly fighting out for it. And now here is Keteke. He's got it in the box. He'll go for it. Low shot straight to Bernardoni on the near post. Important save to keep the team in it. It was a long ball out to Bernat, who made the run down the left-hand side into the 18-yard box. Picks out Keteke, who didn't get the pass complete fully at first, but then he made the turn and went with the shot. Just couldn't get it in the position, in the place he wanted it, I don't think. If you actually do look at like Angus's results before this game, yes, they've lost a lot of games, but only by a goal. We're talking a lot of matches where they've only lost by a single goal, and even in the scorelines, I've not watched them at all until tonight, but there's definitely moments in their other matches where Angus have probably been just short of getting at least a point from some of the matches that they've lost. So they're certainly fighting for it. I mean, we all remember, well, I do anyway, I remember Mainz fighting 2-3 seasons ago. They kept losing, but then come deep into the second half of the season, they've started to show why they were going to stay up, because they just kept fighting. Even in matches that looked doom and gloom, they'd still try and get a result from it. As I said, before tonight, there were 4 points off safety. Remember, 4 teams go down in Ligue 1. So that is 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th, and they are 20th at the moment. Only 4 points off from safety. Sorry, 7 points actually, which is quite a big task still, especially when there's only half a season to go. And here they are now, the team in red on the left wing with Dumbier, and it's crossed in, and maybe this is the chance to go for goal, and it was for Seema, and he just lofted it over the crossbar. He was unmarked in the box, and my word, that was a chance. No one on him whatsoever, and this is the problem when PSG play with 3 in defence. They can easily get outnumbered. Poor shot at the end, he let it bounce, and then he took the shot on, and it went well wide, and yeah, could have done a lot better. But Salama is just about to come on for Hanu, for the visitors. So Salama is in, and Capel, the captain, is coming off. He's being replaced by Al-Malali, number 28. So double substitution then from Angus. They've just shown, I'm sure there was 1 or 2. Oh, Abdelli's come off as well for Beaufort. So that's Beaufort on as well. Now Beaufort is their top goal scorer, along with Salama. They're both on 3 goals each, so nice to see some threatening players come on. They're only 1-0 down, as I say, less than half an hour to go. It's now out to the far side as it's PSG going out on the attack with Bernat. Not been enough chances in my eyes from PSG tonight. Messi, they've kept him quiet as well. Is there a foul there on Vitinha? I think the referee is going to give a free kick at the end. He was trying to play advantage, but it will be a free kick for the team in blue. Monaco have broken the deadlock. Mbolo, the ex-Borussia Mönchengladbach forward, getting a goal away from home against Lorient. That's just after the 61st minute. Game back underway here. Marquinhos, after a free kick was taken. Ramos. With him again. Now to Pereira. But they have been caught off guard a few times, that defensive line of 3 of Pereira, Marquinhos and Ramos. Now Mukelier. Messi. Tried to kick it up in the air out to the left, but instead it was deflected and headed away. Still with PSG now. Ruiz. Vitinha. Now Marquinhos. Again, probably won't want to talk about it, but missing that penalty to let Croatia go through to the semi-finals at the World Cup. He hit the post, took the goalkeeper the wrong way, but he couldn't get it into the back of the net, and it was that miss that took him, Neymar and Brazil out of the World Cup. It's going to be at least 24 years since Brazil last won the World Cup. Once the next World Cup gets going in 2026 in the USA, Canada and Mexico. Now here come Angus. It's with, oh, and a cross in from Boufal. It already looks dangerous. Tried to get a cross in, which I thought maybe he would go on his own, but couldn't pick out any of his teammates in red. And now it's in the Angus half on the far side as PSG, oh, great outpace run here from Bernat. Pass poor though, didn't find anyone. Now with Vitinha. Bernat again, now Messi. Ketake just falls to the ground and loses possession. But luckily his teammate of Ramos has now picked it up on the halfway line and just calms it all down. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube for more live sports streams. This weekend it's a double bill of sports watch-alongs on Sunday. We've got the Arsenal women versus Chelsea women watch-along in the Women's Super League, a vital game in the title race of that. That's at 12 PM on Sunday UK time. And then the final of the Masters, the first snooker major of the year. Now here is Boufal, marked by two PSG players. Has he won a corner? I didn't see the referee point towards the corner flag. Well, watching the replay, it looks as though it was. Yep, it will be a corner, and I think this is going to be Angus's first corner of the game. And it's taken short, back with Boufal, who took the corner. And then I'll tell you what, there's a free shot here. Oh, just blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box. And it's booted well away from the PSG goal. Picked up by Bernardoni, the goalkeeper. Here they come again, Boufal. Raith Rovers have scored at Queen's Park. John Fredrickson, 10 minutes from time. Looks like that could be the winning goal. And it's the start of extra time, second half between Real Madrid and Valencia. Still 1-1 there, no one can find a winner at the moment. That's in the Copa del Rey. Carlo Ancelotti, you'd think, would be able to get more silverware this season. You never put it past the Italian. Possession-wise in this game at the moment, still PSG as expected, 68% to 32%. But it doesn't matter, does it, at the end of the day? The only thing that really matters is the scoreline. But PSG may look as though they've been dominant, but second half, excuse me, second half they've just not made the opposition goalkeeper work for it. And they've got to remember they're only a goal ahead. All it takes is an equaliser. They've had some near moments this season, PSG. So it's not been their strongest season in the league. I know they're top of the league, but they're normally expected to dominate the league. Dominate the league. Of course, one of those leagues they lost recently in 2021, which was actually losing out to their current manager of Gaultier, of him managing Lille to get them through. That included Renato Sanchez, of course, in that squad, who's not in the team tonight for PSG due to injury. So Angus, at the moment, they've got 22 minutes to try and get something out of this game. Any point is vital, especially away from home, and especially here at the Parc des Princes, because they've taken 22 points from a possible 24 at home this season. And just as I say that, they're trying to go for a goal, Angus. Ramos has to make the clearance again. He's been at the right place at the right time, the Spaniard. Now with Montangi. Blazic to Mendy. They're looking more and more comfortable at the moment in the PSG half. Now Doumbia again. They're just hovering the ball around the left wing at the moment. 3 of them on that left wing. Now with Buffal. Buffal, he's done well to just keep it away from Ruiz. Looking to swing the ball in, maybe from the left-hand side. Only 2 of them lined up in the 18-yard box. They're going to try something else with Blazic now. Bamba. They've switched sides. It's now on the right wing. Every PSG player just behind the ball at the moment. Now out to the left-hand side of Blazic again. Now to Buffal, who picks up the pass a few yards forward. Oh, he couldn't get the return pass though. And PSG intercept. And it's with Mukele to Marquinhos. A second yellow card in the match between Milan and Torino. And it's Torino who have lost a man to, it looks as though it's Gigi who's been sent off with 20 minutes to go. They've got to be careful now with them having that disadvantage against the Italian champions. That is the Coppa Italia match, I believe. We are hoping to do the Milan derby next week. I think it's this time next week, pretty much, in the Super Coppa Italia, I think it is, or whatever you call Super Coppa, I think it is. Back with the game. PSG looking for that second goal to put the game to bed. It's Mukele now on the right-hand side. Cuts in. Tries to just leave it short for Ruiz. Now Ramos boots it across. No one there in the blue shirt to pick it up. And now it's with Bernat out on the left wing. Just up against Al-Malali at the moment. Now Ramos might look for goal. No, he won't. He'll play it to Messi. Then through to Messi, and he should score. Yes, he does. But he's offside. I'm sure VAR will have a look. That must have been very close. It was a good pass through to Lionel Messi. And when he's normally one-on-one with the keeper, you always expect him to finish the job. Let's watch that again, looking at the replay. Yes, it's not Messi who's offside, it's before that, it's Mukele, and then it went to Mukele, then he played it through to Messi unmarked, and then he scored by putting it in the bottom left corner of the net. Referee, of course, just getting the check with VAR. From what I've seen, it looks as though it was offside. Quite a big moment this, really, because if this goal is given, then it should really pull the game to bed with 18 minutes left on the clock. Referee still checking. He's not checking the screen or anything, he's just talking to his team on the earpiece. When I first saw it, it didn't look like it was offside, but it was very tight when watching the replay back. Might have to get the thick lines going that they normally use to determine if it's offside. Well, you can hear the crowd there whistling and booing. They want an outcome here. I must admit, I didn't think it'd take this long. Oh, he's given it. So it is a goal for PSG, and Lionel Messi returns to the Parc des Princes with a goal. It's his 8th goal of the season. It was a lovely finish. One-on-one with the keeper, made it look so easy. He had to kick it across the face of goal to get it in. But it does count. PSG 2-0 up, and that may just be 3 points on the board and it'll be their 15th win of the season if it stays like this. PSG 2, Angus 0 here on Let's Talk Sport. Angus kicking off straight away again. I must admit, I thought it looked okay at first, but they had to check it properly, so there must have been little doubts that it wasn't offside. I don't blame the referee for calling offside. Of course, he did the right thing for them to carry on playing until it's gone out, or to, of course, be a goal. Free kick for Angus in their own half at the moment. They're just playing it short. Got a feel for them. They were starting to build something against PSG here. Here come PSG again. Would be a shame if they could score a few more goals past Angus, because the scoreline wouldn't reflect the game. But again, I just think Angus just don't have that kind of threat or finish, really. Hence why they're rock bottom at the moment. Nice are now 4-0 up against Montpellier. Andy Delot with the goal 15 minutes from time. Not seen any goals coming from the League Cup for a while. Manchester City having to try and come back from 2-0 down. Still 2-0 to Southampton. Quarter of an hour to go. Time running out for them. Back with this game now. It's Messi. Oh, and it's through to him again. No. I don't know why Bernat didn't just go for it himself. Free in the penalty area. He decided to play it back to Messi, but I think Bernat could have just had a shot himself. Very unselfish, but times like that, especially when you don't get it back to Messi. Yeah, Bernat, it may be a tight angle for Bernat, but he should probably still just go for it. Just reading that actually Erling Haaland did start this match for Man City, so looks as though Pep Guardiola's trying to rest him ahead of the Manchester derby. I think they're going to need him now. I'd imagine he's on the pitch, but I'm not sure. All I know is that he didn't start the game. So Angus, have they got anything left in the tank to try and at least get maybe a consolation goal with 13 minutes left to go? Lorient have found an equaliser at home to AS Monaco. Quattarara with the goal. Quattara, that's probably a better way of saying it. Scoring with 15 minutes to go there. Lorient 1, AS Monaco 1. Oh, Che Adams has just had a disallowed goal. He had the ball in the back of the net, but disallowed. He was offside. That probably would have put the game to bed. Still Nottingham Forest 1, Wolves 1 with 2 minutes left to go there. It looks as though, I think they go straight to penalties in the League Cup if it's a draw at full time. And Lorient, wow, in the space of 2 minutes, they've turned it around from 1-0 down. Now they're 2-1 up. This time it's Moffey with the goal. 2 minutes after they were made it 1-1, it's Lorient 2, Monaco 1 with 13 minutes to go there. And it looks as though we're going to get our first substitutions from the hosts. PSG, 2 substitutions coming up. Line fourth official have to check the play that's coming on. That he's got no jury. And it looks as though the man who scored the opening goal, Keteki, is coming off for the night. And he is replaced by Zaire Emery. And Solar has come on as well. And there's going to be a substitution for Angus. Mendy coming off for Tabby. And then Seema, one of their top goal scorers. Actually, no, that's a light. Getting replaced by Teab. Number 92 he is. Not his age though. So, 10 minutes to go. Might have been a foul though on Messi. He's fallen to the ground, but just on the right hand side. But referee says play on. He tries to chase the ball back, and here he is now, Messi on the right hand side of the box. Nowhere to pass to. Up against two men. He gets out away from them. This is what people paid to see. A player doing completely out of the ordinary. It is incredible how he just keeps the ball at his feet. It's incredibly brilliant to watch. Throw-in taken. Angus will, well, they try and play it forward, but nothing there. To be honest, ever since Messi scored that second goal, I think they are pretty much packed up for the night, the visiting team, because it looks as though all their energy's just gone. PSG happy to just play it around for the next few minutes and just kill time. Here's Sola. Now Zaire-Emery, both of them who have just come on for the team in the lead. Southampton are 10 minutes away from the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Oh, and a shot deflected, and that'll be a corner. Zaire-Emery with the shot. It took a block off Blazic, and then it went wide for a corner kick. Third corner of the game for PSG. Neymar just jogging with the ball to head to the corner flag on the far side. Sorry, near side. Full time in Scotland. Queen's Park 0, Raith Rovers 1. Oh, and a header across. Didn't get the full contact there from O'Kelly. It's now with Ramos, who avoids the ball from going out for a throw-in. It's kicked all the way back to, looks as though it's Bernat. Bernat again. Ramos trying to go in for it. It's with him now. Only to be stopped by two of his opponents. Tried to make the cross, but he couldn't. Here they come again, Messi. Oh, lovely chip through, and this should be free. What a volley that is. Neymar with the goal. Oh, he's offside. It was a lovely chip by Messi to Neymar. Watching the replay again, Messi through the middle. Ooh, Neymar, okay, he's off by his left arm, if we're playing those rules. But it was very close. Scores with his left foot into the top right corner. Referee just checking with the VAR team again. Nice have now got 5. Are they checking with the referee? Yeah, it is offside. He's just had confirmation from the VAR team. No doubt this time, I don't know why they count the arm, but those are the rules. And because of that, you could tell it was offside. Well, there's a footballer that we know, Ross Barkley, now on the score sheet for Nice. 5-1 now against Montpellier. On the 82nd minute he scored. And Ross Barkley, when I last checked, he's having quite a good time in Nice. Oh, it was a late challenge here. Vitinha down on the ground, rubbing his left knee. You could hear the screaming from here. Of course, you never know if he's making that up or if he really is hurt. Referee, of course, will pause the game and make sure he is treated. He's out on the sidelines anyway, so I'm sure they can play on without him if he takes him a while to get back onto the pitch. We're foul with the foul. Don't think he'll get a booking though. We haven't had any bookings in this game. Got a substitution for Paris Saint Germain. It looks as though Vitinha looks like he will come off. He's back out on the pitch. He's fine, but he will be replaced. By Bichiabu, the number 31. If you just joined us, oh, Ross Barkley scored again. Just noticed that on the video printer. Ross Barkley again on the 85th this time, making it 6-1. He's a goal away from a hat-trick. Running riot tonight, Nice, in the south of France. But yeah, if you just joined us, PSG on course to, of course, staying top of the table. Strasbourg, I think I still 2-2 with Lens. Yeah, 5 minutes to go in that. Lens need to get a goal to keep the gap at 4 points. Otherwise, PSG could go at least 6 points clear after tonight. Comfortably leading here against Angus. Here they come now, Angus. It's with Tiob, and he'll go for it. Ooh, and it just went wide. Went with his left foot. And would you believe it? Oh no, sorry, I read that completely wrong. I thought Ross Barkley scored another goal. I'm still reading the last one he scored. So ignore me, folks. I'm getting carried away, but imagine if he scores another one in a minute. It'll certainly be a social media mention. You can follow us on social media. Let's Talk Sport details are on the screen there, just above the video printer. So you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The one thing we don't do is MySpace, Bebo, MSN Messenger. But again, those things don't exist anymore, I guess. Messi now tried to play it down low to Bernat, but it didn't get completed because it was instead intercepted by Tabi. Angus with the ball in their own half. So it looks as though they're going to have their 14th defeat of the season. And they'll have at least 39 goals against. Oh, is that a penalty? No, referee says no. I thought Tiob might have, he turned away with the ball and then fell to the ground. Referee looked as though he had clear vision of it and straight away said no penalty. Now it's on to the opposite end of the pitch. Messi, oh, he goes down. That's definitely a free kick. Will there be a yellow card? Our first booking of the game? Yeah, there will be for the visitors. And that is for Mir Blazic, who gets the yellow card. But yeah, the referee has been happy to keep the cards in his pocket until now. And as always throughout this game, Messi, Neymar behind this free kick. They must have different tactics each time. This time it's 24 meters from the goal. Right in the middle. You can hear the chants of Messi. Minute to go. Could Messi wrap up the night with a free kick goal, maybe. It looks like his kind of range. Why couldn't he go for it? They're 2-0 up anyway. Referee blows his whistle. And Messi will leave it for Neymar. Oh, and it tipped over the crossbar by Bernardoni at the end. Could have crept in. Bernardoni, no problem for his height to tip that over. It'll be a corner kick for PSG. 4th one of the match. Neymar to take the corner. Kicks it in with his right foot. And it's a header. Oh, what a save on the goal line, but there's a rebound and no shot at the end. It's a brilliant outstretched save by Bernardoni. He has made some good saves tonight. And now here they come, Angus, on the run against play, you could say, or counter-attack, but nothing from it. Shot was blocked. And PSG intercept. Then we're going to have 4 minutes of added time. Now, I can't quite figure out if it was Bernat or Ramos that had that header at goal. Only to be denied with the right hand of Bernardoni. Been some good goalkeeping from him tonight. So yeah, 4 minutes of added time here. We didn't have any in the first half. But remember, before you leave the stream, do subscribe, give us a like. We're not far from 11,000 subscribers here on Let's Talk Sport. The rest of the week will be mainly snooker and women's football. We'll continue the coverage very soon for the Masters snooker. It was actually McKelly with the header at the end. Fine save by Bernardoni. Minute of the 4 minutes gone already. It's with Tiab. Now Boufal, who switched sides, he's on the right wing this time. He makes the run. Oh, he lost the ball. He might have done a late challenge there, but referee's happy for PSG to carry on since they've got the ball. Oh, and there might be a foul there. There's been an elbow to the face. Angus with the free kick. It was Neymar, I think, that he's going to get a yellow card here. Yellow card for Neymar. He's not happy about that. We'll have to see the replay. I couldn't quite tell from here, but there wasn't much in that. His hand kind of went across the face of his opponent, but we're not even talking a slap or anything like that. I think it was unintentional. But let's be honest, any player's tactic these days, when that happens, they're happy to fall to the ground and win a free kick for their team. Yep, Neymar walks away with that, not happy. Ross Barkley won't get that hat-trick at the end. Nice winning 6-1. Great result for them tonight against Montpellier. That puts them 10th, level with Reims, and 1 point behind Clement Foot. Here come the champions. Nothing from that. Tried to play a pass across to the right-hand side, only to be dealt with by the defenders. Into the last 60 seconds here. But let me just check the Strasbourg score, because at the moment Lens are struggling to find a winning goal against Strasbourg. Now with Neymar up against the substitute of Thiaub and Bamba. Bamba with the last touch. Might have got fouled, but Bamba's not happy about that. But the referee says that it'll be a corner. PSG corner. Probably the last time we'll see PSG on the attack here. Marquinhos up in the 18-yard box. He looks as though he fancies a goal. All helps for the goal difference, and it's come in and it's hit the post from Neymar's corner. No one at it, and it's cleared away. Now with Doumbia. Now to Buffel. Looks out to his left of Al-Melali. The ball crossed in, only to be headed away. And the referee blows the whistle for full time here at Parc des Princes. And it's PSG who win the match. It was always going to be a difficult one for Angus to get anything from this. They're rock bottom of the league against the champions who are top at the moment with the likes of Messi and Neymar. But, you know, I thought they gave it a good go. But at the end, PSG just too good for them, too strong for them. And at the end, the goals from Kikeke and Messi separates the two sides. And at this moment in time, PSG will go 7 points clear. Sorry, 6 points clear. Yep, 6 points clear, unless Lens can somehow get a late winner. No, it's finished full time there. Strasbourg 2, Lens 2. So that means PSG, after tonight, go 6 points clear after they started the day, 4 points ahead of Lens. So it's been a good night for PSG overall. Marseille getting a win tonight, so that puts them just 2 points behind Lens in second. Rennes fourth, 5 points behind. Lorient do get that win at the end. It looks as though against... No, they actually drew to Monaco at the end. The last kick of the game, it looks like. Yeah, Wissam Ben Yedder with a goal on the 93rd minute. Wow. But anyway, that was the end of the match. But I must admit, overall, I thought PSG weren't that great tonight. I mean, we saw the return of Messi. He came and he you could say succeeded. He helped his team get 3 important points no matter who their opponents were going to be tonight. He's come back, scored a goal late on in the game and got himself his 8th goal of the season. 8 goals in 14 games in Ligue 1 this season for Lionel Messi. No goals for Neymar tonight. He stays at 11 goals in 16 games. And, of course, no Mbappe tonight since he was not fit enough to play, it would seem. But without Mbappe, they were okay, no problem. But, you know, I'll say this now about Angus. It's going to be very difficult for them to get out of the relegation zone. They are, at the moment, 7 points off safety. So nothing's really changed for them. They've just the only thing is that they've lost again. This is their 14th defeat of the season. 4 points behind Strasbourg since they got a draw tonight. Then 5 points off Auxerre. And then 6 points off Brest. And then it's Ajaccio who are the team in safety in 16th. So just remember that the relegation spots are 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. But at the moment it's all about PSG, top of the league, and they do go into their next game, the Parisians. They are up against Rennes away from home on Sunday. And the Black and Whites, they are at home against Clement Foot, hoping to somehow get a result there against the team in 9th spot at the moment. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there, just like Greg Livingston has just said. He says goodbye, and I'm going to say goodbye as well, but I'll just do that after I've ended our poll that we begun at the start of the stream, and it's just come through that Southampton have beaten Manchester City by 2-0. What a win that is for Nathan Jones, despite the pressure he's been on since getting the job and leaving his old team of Luton Town. Anyway, as expected, most of you got it correct. PSG winning, 92% of you went for that. Angus win was 5% and 2% for a draw. So thanks to all 40 of you that had voted on our poll tonight. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe, give us a like, and we'll be back later on this week for more snooker watch-alongs and a bit of women's football on Sunday. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and we'll see you again soon here on Let's Talk Sport. Have a good rest of the evening, and see you soon.